Hi, I'm Wayne Pollock. I'm a thought leadership ghostwriter serving big law and boutique law firm partners. I help these partners build their prominence and their practices one word at a time. If you're interested in creating thought leadership content that endures, that is of relevance to your target audience today, tomorrow, and next year, you've got to make your content non-perishable. And what does that mean? It means not tying it to a timely legal development or a timely news story. When you do, you automatically put an expiration date on that piece of content that even if it has interesting analysis and guidance that could be effective and impactful and relevant down the road, it will automatically be seen as stale because the article is tied to that timely news event or that legal development that happened many years ago in the future. Some examples of this might include articles regarding insurance issues tied to a recent or upcoming hurricane, articles regarding complying with new laws such as cybersecurity laws or employment laws. These types of articles are useful to clients. They can be relevant and valuable and compelling, but they also run the risk of becoming stale. So here's what you do. Here is how you stop your content from becoming stale and how you can create non-perishable content. You simply take a step back and you look at the issues you want to talk about regarding this development in the law, regarding this news event, and simply step back and talk about the bigger picture detached from the news event. So for example, if you want to talk about how insurance companies or some other kind of company needs to deal with issues arising out of a hurricane, don't talk about that hurricane coming up or that just happened. Talk generally about what these companies should do in the case of a hurricane. You could maybe add a sentence as an introduction talking about this hurricane that's going to be bearing down on your area or bearing down on the US, but then you could take that sentence away within a month or two and just, again, keep it very basic, high level about hurricanes generally. Same thing when it comes to laws regarding cybersecurity or employment. Take a step back and talk about what employers need to do to comply with employment laws that require XYZ, or what companies need to do to comply with cybersecurity laws that require X, Y, and Z. Take a step back. Do not tie your thought leadership content to timely events. Here's my only caveat. If you're writing short 400, 500, 600 word blog posts regarding a case coming down or a law being passed, that is different. If you are just serving to alert your audience that this thing happened, while I wouldn't consider that to be thought leadership that could endure, but you instead is more of a news alert service, if that's what you're doing, fine. That has a role in certain content marketing and thought leadership marketing programs. That's fine. I'm talking about more in-depth analysis, more in-depth guidance, where you want that content to be relevant down the road, and it arguably is, but it is artificially constrained. It has an artificial expiration date because it is tied to a recent legal development or a recent news story that down the road won't be recent anymore. Of course, just because you've created non-perishable thought leadership content doesn't mean that you can't update it or that it doesn't need to be updated down the road. Just because you've pulled it away from a timely news event or a timely legal development does not mean that over time you won't need to revisit the analysis and the guidance to freshen it up. That's fine. That's great. You should do that, but it's also a more efficient way of creating this content. You're not repeating the same article again and again or every couple of years. You have one go-to article regarding insurance issues arising from a hurricane or what companies need to do to comply with cybersecurity or employment laws. Now, all of a sudden, you have this stalwart piece of content that has endured, that is useful, and that is updated from time to time, but it's not pegged to a news event, which thus makes your content creation process more efficient because you're not reinventing the wheel. If you're interested in learning how to create relevant, valuable, and compelling thought leadership content that can be the basis for a stalwart, non-perishable piece of content, check out lawfirmeditorialservice.com. We have plenty of blog posts, videos, and podcast episodes that can help you do just that.